welcome to the Conscious Conversations podcast. My name is Marieke, and today I would like to share a little bit more personal journey with you as it's my birthday today, and I felt called to come online and intuitively share with you because the time around our birthday is always such an interesting time for most of us where we reflect, we feel even deeper in touch with our soul, with our essence, with who we are beyond our infinite self. And at the same time, we have all these energetic imprints of every birthday that we experience this lifetime. So for me right now, it's a very interesting time where I'm looking at the journey. I am turning 38 today, and in numerology, I'm also moving into my number 1 year. So it's a very, very exciting time, and I feel the last couple of months before the birthday have been preparing me to step into that number 1 year and to fully move into the full essence of my being. And as this time, I'm reflecting back to my earliest memory, and that was maybe around 4 or 5 years old, where I really started to feel and consciously start to communicate with nature, with the energy around me, with the energy within me. And I received visions when I was very young about the future. And in that way, I've always been navigating life just through the sensations that I've received. And then through the connection that I had with animals as I grew up with guinea pigs, rabbits, dogs, and then later on in my teenage years, horses came into my life. And they all brought me such a special, special connection. Wherefore, I was always able to tune into source energy, my own life force energy, the connection of the movement of energy between all that is, every communication with every person, animal. I would always tune into the sensitivity of that conversation, that energy. And I received visions that later on in my life I would be sharing, and we would be sharing from a beautiful harmonic relationship. And slowly it's being shown to me that what I'm doing now in life, sharing about energy, speaking about energy consciousness, awareness, energy healing, animal communication, that is what I already received as a vision when I was around 4 or 5 years old. So it's really interesting this birthday to reflect back and look at all these experiences that I've had in life that brought me here. And we tend to, as a human being, want to judge good and bad experiences. When a bad experience is judged as negative, we don't want to experience it, we push it away. And I've seen over the years that those experiences where I had to move through the densest, the darkest times, that those also were the facilitator, the cultivator of the biggest growth within my being, within my soul's light, within the way that I'm able to present myself, the way that I'm able to move the trauma that everyone has in their body. Even if you had a beautiful upbringing, most of us have a certain form or frequency of trauma within our body that can even be when we're really young and we shut down a little bit, and therefore we hold our voice back. That can already create an imbalance within our system. So over the years, journeying and looking back, I noticed that it really all comes down to the physical body and how we show up for ourselves. How do we take care of ourselves, the self-care alchemy that we provide, and the way that we move through our days. It really shows how we show up will show how our soul's evolution is and the journey of our path. I'm just taking a nice deep breath here because there's so many layers to it. It's all about expanding our heart energy, feeling safe within our heart. feeling that we can wake up in the morning and that our day supports us, that throughout our day we can release energy so that we don't have a buildup of energy, no energy accumulation by the end of the day, or that by the end of the day that we know what to do for ourselves to release any accumulation, as well at the same time simultaneously release any older energy imprints, cell memory imprints, trauma from this lifetime, but even facilitating any generational energy that has been passed on. So when I speak about self-care, it's really about taking care of all the layers of our being, from our physical body, our emotional, our mental, and our spiritual body. And at the same time, as we are becoming more and more present in this moment in time, in space and time, we then feel the accumulation or the energetic imprint from our past. And we also simultaneously feel what we want to manifest for the future. So in this present moment, we have access to the past, as well as even going all the way to before this lifetime. And in this present moment, we also have access to our future. And I find this time of year, when today it's my birthday, but at any time when a season changes or when a bigger shift in your life is presenting itself, it's always really good to become so incredibly present that we can look into the past and see what is ready to be healed, what is ready to look at, and then inviting your inner child into your heart space and really facilitating that healing where we energetically go back in time while we're really present in the present moment. We hold space for the past to heal so that we release that energetic accumulation, that energetic imprint from the past, so that in this present moment we feel that release and we can become more one, more whole, more in balance and aligned and anchored with our soul's essence, our heart, the way that our breath moves through our body, the way that our body moves through space and time. And as we clear our energy body in the present moment from the past imprints, we can then also start to align with the future. And it's such a beautiful moment when the season change, or when it's your birthday, to reflect and to hold space for a deeper release and to really, with an observant mind, look at the energetic imprints and to see and ask yourself, how can I hold space for myself better on a deeper level, on a physical level, spiritual, but even mentally and emotionally? How can you take care of yourself by taking salt baths, by doing some nice breathing exercises? Even 5 or 10 minutes can make a huge difference. Or laying on your yoga mat and just doing a couple very light movements. It never has to look like a full practice. But just doing these little things throughout your day. How can you sprinkle throughout your day these relaxing practices where we just connect with ourselves momentarily, and then we continue our activity of the day. And in that way we can start to align with what we want to manifest for our future. So as it's my birthday, as you already heard a couple of times, it's such a big time for me to reflect to the past, but even to further align with the future. And it's always really interesting to know where you are within your numerology, as we have many cycles within cycles. We're looking right now at the 9-year cycle. So for me, I'm moving into a number 1 year. And the number 1 stands for stepping into your power, taking in the driver's seat, really being the manifestor, the co-creator of your life, and creating consciously that what your soul's desire really calls for. Purifying your energy, your consciousness, the energy moving through you, so that you can manifest with a purity in this physical reality. And it's such an exciting time now too, as our collective evolution is preparing us to be in touch with with ourselves on a deeper level, to be in touch with the collective. A lot of us are remembering the oneness of the energy field of source, of life force energy, even of dark matter and how everything is connected from the earth, our physical body, our energy field, all the way into our cosmic connection. So it's a very exciting time right now where we have the power and the opportunities to heal faster, to let go of energy that does not serve us in a lot faster pace than 10, 20, 30 years ago. And we are also receiving the opportunity to remember our innate wisdom. We can even tap into what they call the Akashic record, the quantum field where everything is stored to the beginning of time. And a lot of us, when we start to relax our nervous system, we do deep breathing practices, activate our heart energy, we can start to tap in to these other layers of our consciousness and receive a lot of wisdom, guidance, insights about our own well-being, our own path forward, as well as how to heal parts of ourselves, as well as how to hold space for other people and even the world. So it's really an incredibly exciting time right now where all of us receive this opportunity, and where we see that when you do the work yourself, that it will benefit others even without speaking about it. It's quite miraculous to see when we hold a frequency within our own physical body, within our soul, within our heart, that we just have to be exposed to another energy field, and there we see that that other energy field starts to optimize in frequency. It's called resonance and entrainment, where we are exposed to a higher frequency and therefore our own energy body starts to raise in frequency, making us feel better, lighter. We release energy, denser energy that does not serve us. But we can use this higher frequency field, our magnetic force field of our heart, to hold that space for other animals, for other people as well. And notice that by holding that field for other people, other animals, even without sharing anything, just by being in your own alignment, naturally they will start to feel better. Their heart coherency will start to activate, and their innate ability to activate healing will happen just by being in your presence, by being exposed to your higher frequency, because you're doing your inner work and you are letting go of generational imprints, trauma, any energy accumulated within your being. Wherefore you can feel the light of your soul. You can be in touch with your heart energy. You can use your breath, your mind's intention, to your visualization to move energy around, and therefore be a beautiful vessel of light for yourself, but then also for anyone who you even think about or are in touch with. Because energy travels through time and space. We don't even have to be in the same space to feel each other's energy. And most of us have experienced that when we think about someone, they suddenly send us a message, or they call us, or we just knew that we would be in touch very soon with this particular person, or even an animal. Or in our dreams, something comes to us, and very shortly after, it actually happens in physical reality. So this is called quantum entanglement, where when a particle is connected, time and space does not matter. And a lot of us are reawakening to this ability, where we start to awaken to the power of our breath, our heart energy, our mind, our consciousness, visualization, intention setting, but even further realizing that our consciousness has effect on matter within this quantum space through time and space. So even if you are not connected or in the same space with your animal, your heart's energetic fields, your consciousness is always connected, and therefore you feel one another. And more of us are awakening to this ability, and therefore being able to stay in touch even if we're not in the same space, to tune into the telepathic ability that all of us innately have, and start to really rise our consciousness, support our evolution of all of us here on this planet. And it's so beautiful to see more and more within sessions that I have with people and animals. People are becoming so much more sensitive to disability, and it becomes so much easier for people to telepathically communicate with one another, with their animals, and it's incredible how fast healing will activate when we tune in to these gifts within ourselves. In any following episode, I will share more about animal communication, telepathic communication, the power of our heart, and how to activate healing for ourselves. Thank you for listening. It's really a joy to share anything about energy with you, and feel free to reach out through info@consciousquantum.com, or even by looking on the website www.consciousquantum.com, and send me a message anytime if you have any questions, if you would like me to address anything in a following episode. And if you'd like to follow me on Instagram or even TikTok, you can find me on Self-Care Alchemist, and on YouTube you can find me on consciousquantum.com. Thank you for listening. Blessings of love and light to all of you. Take really good care. See you next time.